The main characteristic of a muscle tissue is its ability to contract. When stimulated, muscles shorten to produce movement of the skeleton, vessels or internal organs. Muscles also remain partially contracted to maintain posture. In addition, the heat generated by muscle contraction is the main source of the body's heat. Types of muscles. There are three types of muscles in the body. Smooth visceral muscles. This makes up walls of hollow organs and walls of ducts, such as the blood vessels and bronchioles. These muscles operate involuntarily and they are responsible for peristalsis, the wave-like movements that propel materials through the system. Cardiac muscles. This makes up the myocardium of the heart wall. It functions involuntarily and is responsible for pumping of the heart. Skeletal muscles. This is attached to the bones of the skeleton and it's responsible for voluntary movement. It also maintains posture and generates a large portion of the body's heat. All of these voluntary muscles together make up the muscular system. Discussion that follows describes the characteristic of skeletal muscle, which has been the most extensive study of the three muscle tissues. The muscle contraction. Skeletal muscles are stimulated to contract by the motor neurons of the nervous system. At the neuromuscular junction, the point where a branch of neuron meets a muscle cell, the neurotransmitter acetylcholine is released, promoting contraction of the cell. Two special proteins in the cell acting in myosin interact to produce the contraction. Adenotriphosphate and calcium are needed for their response. Most skeletal muscles contract rapidly to produce movement and then relax rapidly unless stimulation continues. Sometimes, muscles are kept in a steady partially contracted state to maintain posture. For example, this state of firmness is called tonus or muscle tone. Muscle action. Muscle work in pairs to produce movement at the joints. As one muscle prime mover contracts, an opposing muscle, the antagonist, must relax. For example, when the bicep brachii on the anterior surface of the upper arm contracts to flex the arm, the tricep brachii on the posterior surface must relax. When the arm is extended, these actions are reversed in given movement. The point where the muscle is attached to a stable part of the skeleton is the origin. The point where a muscle is attached to a moving part of the skeleton is the insertion. Muscle structure. Muscles are composed of individual cells, often referred to as fibers, because they are so long and thread-like. These cells are held together in bundles by connective tissue. Covering each muscle is a sheath of connective tissue or fascia. This supporting tissue merge to form the tendon that attaches the muscle to a bone. Thank you.